On October 26th in Tampa, Florida, the NWA presents the ritual of brutality that is SAMHAIN. Join EC3, Kinsey Page, Thom Latimer, Max the Impaler, Knox and Murdoch, and many more stars of the National Wrestling Alliance for the darkest time of the year as the infamy of SAMHAIN returns. The seasons collide with wrestling and fear. Tickets available now at NWALiveEvents.com. Be there if you dare.
Hey, look.
Oh, yes.
Tell him.
That's exactly what this is. Approximately is the new Slime Balls first ever Slime Ball shirt on the NWA.
You gotta go to nationalwrestlinghouse.com, get the shop button. That's what you gotta say.
Yeah, I know.
Is that what you're saying in slime ball language?
Language, Danny Dealz.
Hey.
Speaking of a tall drink of water, Danny, how much are these bottles?
Would you like it?
I think the alcoholics at home would like to know.
Okay, how about, let's say, maybe... No, you gotta go to the website and find out. nationalwrestlinghouse.com, hit the shop button. Because if I just gave it away, it wouldn't be entertaining, right?
Online exclusive t-shirt as well, Carson Drake t-shirt.
Right, yeah. Because, you know, are you saying stock t-shirts are for drug addicts? Is that what you're trying to say?
They are.
Don't come over here and say that. No, they're not. They're fine. That's good. Hey, what's the gig? Danny Dealz, Danny W. Dealz, Triple D Deal Machine. Once again, here with Tater and Tot. Do you have a public service announcement? Is that what he told me?
I do.
Okay.
Okay, one nut chasing the other nut. He said, I'm a cashew.
Oh,
You'll
boy.
get a cashew.
She'll be here all week.
She's not trying to be funny, you're a girl. You know what's crazy? These two, you guys should be cleaning or cook. Well, I cook.
Yeah, that's your favorite. But look at this new shirt.
Look at this new NWA hoodie, which probably costs more than you guys are getting paid here tonight, but that's probably not much. And Danny?
Oh, no, you're talking about they can't afford it. And ladies, we know that wage gap is real. And even your broke B-words could afford something at NationalWrestlingAlliance.com like this tracksuit right here. You couldn't afford the gold chain. You couldn't afford the gold wrist. You couldn't afford the watch. But you can afford the tracksuit. You can afford the hoodie. You can afford the shirt. And where, Danny Dealz? Pray chance, where can you get such mindful and demure dress?
NationalWrestlingAlliance.com.
Been drinking, Danny?
Yes.
NationalWrestlingAlliance.com. Click on shop, baby. NationalWrestlingAlliance.com. Don't you do it. Don't blow your head, please.
On any given night, anyone can win a fight. I never overlooked who you are, Tom. I never overlooked where you've come from, Tom. Never overlooked what you've been through, who you were, and who you are now. The NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. But a warning. Winning is one thing. Retaining is a whole nother thing. And for over 365 days, I would wake up in Japan, I would wake up in Australia, I'd wake up in the mud in Uganda, I'd wake up in the UK, I'd wake up in Ireland, I'd wake up in Europe, I would wake up in Italy and Nova Scotia and Iceland, I would wake up in Mexico, I'd wake up in Brazil, I'd wake up in Argentina. I wouldn't know where I was, but I knew I had one thing to do, and it was defend that world championship. 70 plus title defenses. I wake up, I can barely walk some days. I wake up, I can barely push with my left arm some days. I wake up, I see the right side of my body atrophy from nerve damage to my neck, and you know what I did? I kept going. I kept fighting, and I kept winning, and winning, and winning. And on this day at NWA 76, I am not going to say the ring was in bad shape, or I was put in a bad position, or I was tired. I'm going to say for one night in our storied history, you were the better man. But that's just one night. Republics, they become empires. Democracies, they become tyrannies. And over men become overlords. Congratulations, Thom Latimer. One final time. You've been warned.
What is up, you beautiful people?
Kyle, it was a remix. It was a remix. Let it go. Let's just move forward. It's a remix.
It just kept unmuting and unmuting, so I was thrown off.
I was trying to mute it, and then it would come back on, and I would mute it again, and then it would come back on, and I'm like, why? Why?
Because Danny Dealz' mic was still hot, and it was picking up his. It was
ladies and gentlemen, this is the NWA. It's Monday. We're on the podcast. All four of us are here. It is something that hasn't happened in quite a while, but check this out. 1 week away from SAMHAIN 2, coming at you now from Tampa, Florida. We're together. We're here with you. We're going to have a great time. We got guests galore tonight. We've got the former NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, the Overman EC3, and I'm not throwing shade here. We're going to do one better. We've got the current NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, Thom Latimer, on the pod tonight.
Shade. I was trying to make my hand
exciting. But I promised also that we're going to announce a new match for SAMHAIN 2 happening in Tampa this weekend on Saturday. You're going to be able to see what that match is here in a moment. Also, Danny Dealz is here, and he is happy with the spooky season, and he's offering a deal for all of you glorious people. Sammy Dealz, 25% off in the store right now through October 28th. Why Sammy Dealz? What am I missing there?
Gary, what can we get? What can we get for Sammy Dealz?
Yeah, SAMHAIN.
Sammy Dealz is Junior.
It's
Sammy,
like Sammy
Deal. That's okay.
Sowie Dealz. I got it.
Hit right or the witches will go after you.
Oh, all right. Let's talk about some of the stuff that's in the store right now. Look at this, like Tiffany Nieves.
Yeah, look at that
You're
shirt.
a big fan of La Princesa.
Yeah.
Check out that shirt. That's awesome.
Cool.
What about this stuff, Dealz?
Woo. Oh yeah, look at that tracksuit on the thrill ski. You could barely fit in it.
Jeez, that's like a triple XL.
Also, I'm popping for Kylie Page having like the old skate videos from the 90s. Fisheye.
I was going to say she's in like a 90s music video.
Yeah.
No, that's weird.
Even though she wasn't alive then. But that shirt.
You got a time machine, brother.
That shirt is on demand. The jersey is still in stock. That tracksuit, it actually does fit. He likes to wear it like that. We called that the Travolta pose when we took it because he wanted to make sure everybody could see his gold chains and the chest hair.
He'll take two slices.
Dealz also sends me one picture that looks like it was taken with his 2-megapixel camera and then a nice picture. So
I didn't take the one on the left. I took the one on the right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I got.
I like that the one on the right that you claimed was a nice picture is them doing like just old school back alley shit. Like good times. Don't mess with Rosa Negra. She looks like she will stab you.
Misery's wacky too. So I don't know what to tell you.
True.
Whoa.
Look at these brothers.
I love these updated pictures, by the way. This is good. I got the vibe going on here. You mess with smalls, balls.
Models work better.
It's a t-shirt you could wear anywhere. Kids are in school. Get your child this shirt. They will love it. They will not
get your child the mess with smalls. You get hit in the ball shirt.
Hey, there
because
were
school
wore DX shirts at my school in elementary school.
That's right. And the slime balls.
Yeah. Slime.
By the way, those ads you had with the slime balls, fantastic. Big fan. Also, big fan of anybody who is going to put the claw on somebody at any given time. Baron Von Storm right there about to claw whoever took the photo of him wearing the shirt. And then we've also got Soda Pop, the man, the myth, the effervescence, wearing the NWA little hoodie right there. Let me tell you something. It got cold here in Florida for like 2 days. That thing
did you wear your hoodie? Yeah.
did. It was so good. And my girlfriend wore one too. She loved it. Thank you so much, Dealz. For the
Dealz, right before the show, you introduced this one to me. That's
cool.
The new Colby Carino shirt.
Yeah, it's Kyle's nephew.
Look at that. And the C is for Colby in school. That is well designed, well placed. Gonna have to get one of those because that man I support no matter what. And I know he'd support me right
I thought the C was for Kyle.
Hate this. Sammy Dealz or Sawi Dealz, 25% off.
However you want to say it. There was a bad band in the 80s that some people that nobody listened to called SAMHAIN, and that's how everybody said it. I guess we were saying it wrong the whole time. Didn't know.
Yeah, it was Dan Zigg's band, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were awful. But
I know.
You know what though, Gary? Since you're a movie guy, very briefly.
Also, I watched Halloween 2 last night, where it's on the board and they start saying it wrong too. Thought of you.
Right. They also say it in Halloween 6, but there is not nearly enough Hammer in Universal horror streaming. Right? It's ridiculous.
No, I know. I have physical media for the Universal stuff, so I got that.
Yeah. Well, we need the Hammer.
Media. You never know.
I've got the Universal monster figures right over here, Dealz.
I need the Hammer. I need Black Lagoon, not the sequels. I need Invisible Man, not the sequels. I need Claude Rains.
I do want to mention, too, before we move on with the rest of the show, that this past weekend, anything could happen at a territory show.
It's true.
Look out. We've got a new World Women's
Son of a Biscuit.
Big Mama won the title, so congrats to her. So you want to check out those territory shows. We've got some more coming up. The guy who's on the show tonight and was very confident that he would have that World Heavyweight Championship when he made this poster is
but now he
Usual
looks at it
Suspects
longingly, like he's lost it and he wants to reclaim it.
Yeah, it's like a romantic comedy.
Yeah, he's going to have sex with the
Usual
title.
Suspects was.
Wow, that's awkward. Anyway,
those rivets are going to be riveted.
I feel intimidated. I was going to wait a little bit longer before we started introducing guests, but I'm staring down at the bottom of my screen, and I can't help but notice that
he's not champ anymore.
He's from Exodus Pro is here, and I got to get him up on the.
There we go.
Big thing.
I see you. There he is. Whoa! Look at these brothers in the background.
That is the angriest I've ever seen of Jesus.
Well, Cleveland just lost the ALC.
He's smiling. He's smiling.
That's true.
I wanted them to win too. It was bullshit.
Welcome EC3 to the show. It's good to see you, sir.
I didn't smile. I smirked. You got a smirk out of me. Congratulations. But that is the only smirk I'll be distributing on my face. And yes, the Usual Suspects, 11-16, Exodus Pro, the top territory presents. And perhaps I'll have my title back, perhaps at Samhain. This Saturday, I reclaim what is mine, have the NWA championship, and then that little love story, a beautiful shot of me staring deeply into the eyes of sweet, sweet Charlotte. Was it Charlene or Charlemagne? I'm Charlemagne, doesn't matter. I will stare at that title once again. 11-16, the Usual Suspects, Cleveland, Ohio. I am flanked by 3 participants in that magnificent event. I have Cowpoke Paul. I'm gonna go that way. I have Sebastian, the master of the canvas, and of course, the one, the only man bun, Jesus.
What a
now, are these guys going to be in Tampa with you this weekend?
Maybe I'm going to bring a whole gang. Maybe I'm going to be a whole conglomerate, a whole, faction. I don't know. I wouldn't do a faction. Factions are so lame. But yes, these gentlemen should be, and would be joining me in TPA if NWA recognized what real talent we are producing in Exodus Pro. But instead, sometimes we are stuck with the mundane, the lame duck wrestlers, the garbage pail kids, indie trash, swamp monsters. Now, our main roster, it's pretty good. But some of the people they bring in there baffle even me. And I have a very, very high tolerance for bad wrestling.
I feel like that really came from deep in the cockles of your heart there, and I'm glad you were able to share that with us. We will take, as you are one of the main individuals on the roster, that information you just gave us to heart going forward. Well, we promise you, Samhain 2 this weekend. We're going to make sure all quality for you.
Well, I mean, quality for me. My opponent is the most highest of quality. Why? Because he is the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. Thom is no joke. He's no laughing matter. He is my most bitter rival, but he's also one of my most accomplished rivals. And he is the one human being capable of defeating me. So congratulations to Thom. Even the sun shines on a dog's ass someday. Even a blind squirrel can find a nut. But the matter of the fact I was speaking on so deeply was, in lieu of just being the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, I'm the cultivator of the greatest talent to come up the pipe. And these are three of these gentlemen I would like to distribute to you now, who will have my back here, who will have my back perhaps at SAMHAIN, who will have my back until the day I die, which will be never, because I will never die.
I thought during all of that you were going to take credit for Thom Latimer becoming the man he needed to beat you. I know that has been something since essentially you've come into the NWA, that you had your sights on him and were trying to evolve him into an individual that was capable of being all he could be. Do you feel as if he wasn't just lucky, or as a dog, as you said, a dog's light gets shined on its asshole, or whatever the hell you said? Are you at least feeling that Thom Latimer earned this, that it wasn't just you, that Thom Latimer has shown he is the man? He's not just a myth or a legend.
No, Thom Latimer certainly earned this. The reason I came to NWA was to bring him to his absolute best, which I did by, ironically enough, culminating in defeating me. So I will not take credit for another man's victory. What I will take credit and accolades for, and why men like these surround themselves to me, is because I bring out the best in every possible talent. They see what I can do for a guy like Thom Latimer. Hell, when I started in NWA, he was a misfit. He was love drunk with a wife. He was aimless. He was scrapping. He was always capable, but he could just never get it together. But through me, through the rigors I put him through, yes, he was able to unseat me as champion. But these men know that I cultivate greatness, and these men are and will be greatness personified. Thank you.
There's one guy who I would be interested to know his opinion on everything you just said, and we're talking about him like he's not here, but he is here right now.
Kyle,
the world's heavyweight champion Thom Latimer is here.
Oh,
hello, sir. Welcome, champ. It's good to see you.
Gents. How are we?
Nice.
Champ is here.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, and you just heard everything that EC3 said, I'm sure. I saw you waiting in the wings there. How much do you feel like your feud with EC3 has contributed to you sitting there with that gold right now?
Yeah, well, I think first off, let me apologize about the screaming children outside. They're not mine, obviously. No, I mean there's a level of honesty with EC3, and you know he did come into the company and he did quite quickly take this heavyweight championship from the man who had it before, and it did leave me in the dust. So he definitely instilled a sense of urgency in me to step it up and become the world champ. Because again, I was there 3 years prior to EC3 being there, and he waltzes in and he gets the job done. So, you know, my hat tips to you, sir. But ultimately, all that did is put a fire under my ass. Who are these guys then?
There's more of them now. They're growing.
Yeah. Oh, I've added Strictly Business, Brandon Beretta, and my Patreon saint here, Noah. So he's off.
Tom, I'll have you know, before you came on, he just had 3 people. Now there's 5. You know what that is? He's intimidated.
Is that what it is? Is that what it is? EC? Is there more back there, or is that it?
I have multiple. I set up franchises across the country, Tom, of people who understand what I can do for another man. Well, that sounded weird, but understand how greatness I can bring upon each and every one. Follow their self to their individual greatness. That's what I do. So yes, there are more. I got 5 here. I got 6 back there. I got 3 down the road. I got 28 on the way. What is it? 71 down to Tampa, Florida. So yes, there are more. There are always more. They are work. They are franchise. Yes. Hey, Fiona.
Yeah. So you've been able to hypnotize them with some of your voodoo magic.
Yeah.
Do they speak or no? You got them well trained.
Say
No.
No.
He's gonna have to give him a treat now.
Yeah.
Tom, you had this experience. I think the very first time you and EC3 stepped into the ring,
I was trying to figure out if any of them have previously laid their hands on me. I can't remember if any of them did or not, but I mean, it's the same. Looks like the same group of guys to me.
Okay, so Noah was there.
I've
Noah is notoriously a backstabber. He would, I do believe he laid hands on you. Yes.
Snitched on himself.
Gentlemen, you have had a storied rivalry here in the National Wrestling Alliance over the course of the last several years, and now it's come down to this, a situation that both of you have not experienced before. You're wrestling each other yet again, but this time the world title is on the line, but it's on Tom's shoulder defending against EC3 instead of vice versa. This match, I have to ask, are you gentlemen willing to win, lose, or draw at the end of this, accept whatever happens and move on and just acknowledge who the better man is?
It's a good question, isn't it, EC? You want to go first?
Well, I mean, the fact is you can't answer that question properly because based on your championship reign, when I defeat you, you are therefore entitled to a rematch. So I could see you saying, no, it cannot be over after this because you're entitled to a rematch, which I would beat you in regardless. But I feel like I'm at a presidential debate and you're saying, am I going to accept the results of the election? Yeah, if they're fair and they're just, perhaps I would accept it. Would I accept, though, not being the top guy in the NWA when I am the best guy there, here, anywhere? No, I won't accept that. So I will do whatever it takes. And it might not be at SAMHAIN. It may not be following that. Looks to kill. Might not be. There, it might be 20 years where Tom's walking into his house and I'm waiting in the bushes with a knife. But I will always and forever be the better man than Thom Latimer. So I would accept defeat if he can defeat me again, which he can't. But I have a feeling this is going to continue. I just have an inclination. I have a slight sort of disturbance in the force, so to speak, that we're not going to be quite finished.
Let me ask you this. You said it's going to be fair. Will it be fair?
When the bell rings, till the bell rings, I will compete under the strict, I would go, dare I say, take a line from the Kazanas, by the book. I will see this match by the book. Tom, I will not kick you in the balls. I won't poke you in the eyes. I might pull your hair, but that's only because I'm a little aggressive. But I promise that when the bell rings, till the bell rings, everything I do to you will be legal under NWA regulations.
Excellent. I mean, I don't know how far I can trust that, but if you're a man of your word, and if you're a man of your word, then so be it. Then, as long as it's fair and just, I'll fight you any time, any day. You know that. You know that I don't even like waiting for these things. So I'm chomping at the bit to get back. I'm chomping at the bit.
I know you so well, you just want to jump through the computer and start strangling my throat and upset the balance I have with these beautiful crystals. But you can't. It has to wait till Saturday in Tampa, Florida. SAMHAIN 2. And if I am a reminder of a reminder of a reminder from a friend, last year at SAMHAIN, I believe Thom Latimer faced EC3 for a World Heavyweight Championship, and EC3 was victorious. So I don't want to say history repeats itself, but I will say history tends to rhyme.
I mean, ultimately, if it's just you and me, then it's a fair fight. Then I have absolutely no problem with it. I mean, last time we had my wife there, and we had Cardona running in. It wasn't essentially fair for either of us. So if the playing field is clear, is free, it's just you and me. It's just you and me duking it out. I'm absolutely all for it.
What say you?
He's a liar.
Oh, man, he's a liar.
Thom, you're a liar.
He's a liar.
I mean, these guys have nothing to do with what's going on with you and me. Nothing.
All right.
Listen, we all know that EC3, you were defending the championship everywhere, all over the world, doing everything you could. But Tom is trying to do the exact same thing right now. So you can't really throw that much shade at a man who is out there defending the title week in and week out. But I do have to ask, Tom, with the schedule you have had defending that championship everywhere, this man has already announced that he was taking a few weeks sabbatical to prepare for this match. You are defending the title still. Do you think that might be a slight disadvantage to you to be in there? Or is it just you're warmed up, you're ready to go? And this man, he's cold. He's not ready for it.
I mean, I'd be a liar, Kyle, if I wasn't to say, I'm beaten up and I'm sore. And, you're never 100%, no matter what level you are in this game. But I'll say this, This is the exact same thing the EC3 did when he was the champion. He every weekend, every week, he's there doing his thing. He's busting his ass. He's making the towns. He's running seminars. He's constantly in the ring. He's constantly going. So if anything, the guy deserves, now he isn't champion, to have a little bit of downtime and to recoup, So, ultimately, like, that's what he needs to do, and that's what he should be able to do. And me as a champion, I need to defend, and I need to keep hold of this. So ultimately, I respect the journey and the reign that he's had. And yeah, I think I'm all for him resting up. I want EC3 at the height of his game. I want the best EC3. So if that makes him sit out for a couple of weeks and rest up, I'm all for it.
Thank you. I would say imitation is the most sincere form of flattery, so I'm glad you're carrying on my legacy and my honor for the brief time you do have the championship. So I do appreciate the kind words. I will say, though, they say the hardest thing you can possibly do in sports, in wrestling, is to win a championship. But the truth behind it is the hardest thing you can do in sports or wrestling is retain a championship. And for over 1 year, I was the king of retain. Read into that what you will. But yes, I believe I had, what was it, 68, 72? 74, I believe 74 title defenses in over a calendar year. And I'm not going to make an excuse that I came into Philly a little banged up and a little beat up, because Thom said it best, you're only 100% on your first day. But with my reprieve, my soul cleaning, my 48-hour fast, I will feel rejuvenated, regenerated, and prepared for this Saturday at SAMHAIN. So
excellent.
We played the post-match promo just a second ago, or before the show started. The interview that you gave, and you mentioned that very thing about it's one thing to win, it's another thing to retain. Do you think over that full year, as many defenses as you had, is there something special you learned during that many defenses that you think gives you an edge over a guy who hasn't been champion as long?
Short of the effectiveness of the low blow, which I promised Thom I will not utilize this Saturday, man, what I just learned is, like, what the mentality and the heart of a champion really is. Like, to really live the lifestyle, to understand that the glitz and the glamour holding the championship, the press, the accolades, the money are all great, but it's the work you do on the in-between, like the day-to-day, that people go unseen. So I just learned I'm really freaking awesome at being awesome. And then through that year, I learned I am the greatest living professional wrestler alive. And as I said, even the sun shines on a dog's ass someday. Good job, Thom Latimer. But hey, Jordan didn't win every game, did he? No. Eventually, I think he lost one to Karl Malone down the road, right? So blips in the radar, aberrations, space-time continuum, Bigfoot perhaps lurking. I don't know, whatever mystical things you may think about or believe, that this Saturday, the one truth will be EC3 makes a very poignant statement.
That, of course, is this Saturday, Tampa, Florida, ladies and gentlemen. Due to Hurricane Milton, we did have to reschedule the event. We are now going to be in Tampa. For those that were in Sarasota, thank you for being understanding. And again, just reach out to me if you still need anything fixed on that. But the main event will be Thom Latimer defending the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship against the man he beat for EC3. It is SAMHAIN 2. It is coming at you. And then after the show, we're even going to have a little bit of a meet and greet. Which man will be champion there when it comes time? Who knows? Anything could happen in the National Wrestling Alliance, and we are just 1 week away from this event. Action-packed, and both these men are willing to bring themselves basically to the limit to prove who is going to be the better man. You want to be there live and in person at WEDU PBS Studios. Saturday night, NWA LiveEvents.com. Get your tickets. Limited available. Thom Latimer, EC3, two men that have been stalwarts here in the National Wrestling Alliance, and you can witness history possibly being made. Although I guess, Thom, if you beat this man, history is going to be made. You're going to finally put this feud to rest.
Well, I promise that. Oh, go ahead, Thom.
22 years it's taken me to finally hold this. 22 years. I understand it only takes 3 seconds to lose it. I get it, but that ain't going to happen. 22 years is a long, long time to finally be given and take the opportunity that I've been given. So as much as I respect you, you know that, EC3. I respect you, but I ain't planning on losing this anytime soon. And I think you know that. You know deep down inside your heart, this isn't coming off me. I know that you know that, right? But I'm just saying, 22 years, I don't plan on giving this up lightly.
I realize, Tom, that to defeat you, I may have to kill you. Unfortunately, very few people in this industry are willing to go to that extent, but I am. Having said that, I do also want to extend an invitation to Thom Latimer for 11/16. The Usual Suspects NWA Exodus presents in Cleveland, Ohio. Whether you're the champion, whether I'm the champion, I think you, in this mutual respect we have, though dire hatred, let's not lie, the mutual respect would be amicable if you can come, maybe show these guys a thing or two, maybe step in the ring for the fans of Cleveland that are dying to see you in action.
I'll do it for them, sure. I'd love to help the next generation.
He's
I love
a good
it.
man.
And you never know what'll happen on a territory show. We've learned that. EC3, we always like to honor the super chats. People pay us money to ask questions. Lady Bumblebee here has given us one. So not to step on what Tom said about this not happening, but she does ask, EC3, what will you do first when you're champ again?
Cut up a big old...
Face Joe Kazana.
Yeah, I'm going to face Joe Kazana as my first opponent. No, thank you, Lady Bumblebee, for the beautiful question. I actually beat Bumble at one point. I was so good at Bumble, I beat the game. But the first thing I will do after I win the championship, of course, we'll look at the meager, decrepit, still barely breathing corpse of Thom Latimer, and I'll say, I honor you. And then, maybe shake his hand, but his hand probably won't move because his neck might not be working right. Then I'm going to walk to the back. I'm going to gather up the boys, and we're going to Applebee's. Yeah! Applebee's. 2-for-1 Mars. Half price apps.
Dollar zombies.
Mm-hmm. I don't eat Applebee's, but I'm treating them.
We're Slimans if it's early enough.
All right.
All right.
Well, you have the
Gentlemen.
Applebee's sponsorship. You have the Chicken by the Pound sponsorship. Who is going to win as far as sponsors are concerned? Samhain 2, Saturday, Tampa, Florida. Be a part of the action, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have both made your arguments. You're right. I do feel like I'm doing a debate right now at this point in time. EC3, I really hope you can keep it together. Coming from this guy right here, I might not know much about much, but I see a little bit of a descent into madness. No shame. You do you as long as it makes you happy.
Hey,
and also, bro, I got crystals too.
We don't hear
Thom
that much.
Latimer.
Carson's right. I like that.
Oh, boy. There you go. Thom Latimer, of course, the champion of the National Wrestling Alliance, the man who we are all, well, at least I am, pulling for in this match. No bias, but there is a little bit. Listen, I just got to go where it is. And frankly, Tom, I've been here since the beginning with you. I've seen you grow. I've seen you evolve. I've seen you attain every championship. And yet here you are at the pinnacle. EC3, whether he wants to take credit for it or not, was a part of that story, was a part of that evolution. And all I could say is I want to see where it goes. EC3, on the other hand, if you end up dethroning this man, I also want to see where that evolution goes. That's right. I'm playing both sides, ladies and gentlemen, as always. Who's going to win? You don't know. I don't know. All I could say is this is going to be one for the record books. Saturday night, be a part of the action, NWA Live-Events.com. And also, I want to go to Applebee's.
Well, Lady Bumblebee does not. She turned on EC3 now. So that payment was for Tom.
Buzz.
Chili's losers. Not.
Thank you, gentlemen, for being here. Tom, it's good to see you always, buddy.
Yeah, you too, guys. Be safe.
All right. Take care. All right. Well, there you go.
I don't know what this giant crystal is either. It's just here.
I was going to say, you've got your anal plug in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, no, this would hurt. It's like a quartz thing.
I know it would. That's what makes it
rough
so good
edges
for you. Jeez,
a dog slide on an asshole or something like that.
I feel like we didn't give Cosmic Joe his due here for $2.
Carson Drake has
diaper
permanent
rash.
diaper rash.
As a
That
guy who
sounds
knows
like
a
a
lot
medical
about
condition.
diaper rash, I could see that could be a possibility.
Speaking of Samhain and tomorrow night, we've got a whole card to run down every day.
Oh yeah, and we're showing a brand new match that has not been announced yet. So yeah,
do we want to talk about Power right now and then come back and do a little twisty turny?
Let's do Power.
Power. Deals with Power.
I feel like you have Power loaded in the chamber right now. You're ready to be like, who?
NWA Power tomorrow night, 6:05 on the NWA X account. You could watch it as it airs. And the other thing is you could also watch it right after. But why wait? You want to know all the hot stuff as it happens.
Wait.
It is NWA 76. It is going on tomorrow night, 6:05 Eastern on the NWA X account at NWA. And there is going to be championship matches galore. We're going to have action, excitement. Someone will get punched in the balls. I know you're saying, how do you know this, Kyle? Because stipulations are stipulations. Crockett Cup, the Family Jewels ladder match. One man reaches for the top. He grabs the jewels. Whoever loses has to just basically make himself prone for one free shot in the Family Jewels. Slade ended up taking over for Rolando in a very unexpected twist. Smalls decided it was okay. The man, he made his bed and now he's got to lay in it, or some other euphemism that involves genitalia. Because tomorrow night,
remember America's Funniest Home Videos? That was an entire hour-long block of people getting hit in the nuts. We've got it for you too, right here on NWA.
But nobody's going to be laughing.
And there's no
Rolando, Eric Smalls, the Family Jewels. What's going to happen? Eric Smalls already has children, though, so at least that, but still.
Ruptured testicle. That's what's going to happen.
That's the worst. They have to drain it with a syringe if that happens.
What else we got, Gary?
Some people prefer more traditional professional wrestling, and they want to see some great tag team action, for instance. So how about a four-way NWA U.S. Tag Team Championship match? The Slime Balls, the Fixers, Talos, and Daisy Kill, the champs, and the Country Gentlemen. Who is going home with the United States Championship?
And
will the match be by the book? Who knows? The Gazanas, the Fixers have a recently refound aggressiveness to them, but also still able to be bought off. So you got to take that in mind. The Slime Balls, wild cards.
Kyle, that's my pick, baby. And let me tell you. Thank you, Gary.
You guys know that Joe had that song playing for like half hour before.
Welcome.
It's like the Nasty Boy with wrestling skills in a modern era. The Slime Balls have been on a streak, and by a streak I mean wherever they go, they leave a trail, like a trail right behind them, like a streak.
Two and a half of these teams very familiar with the United States Tag Team titles. So do the Slime Balls get their first taste? Do the Country Gentlemen, does AJ get to hold it with his baby brother? Daisy
Fixers
Kill
were America.
Two-time. Yeah.
And
right now, Daisy Kill and Talos in this era are the only two-time United States Tag Team champions.
And they've got Vampiro.
Could the Fixers join them, though?
Vampiro is just a wild card, guys. Nobody knows anything about him other than the comic book that just got released this week. Other than the
I will back up that statement. I bumped into Talos turning a corner one night, and it was like I just ran my face into a wall. It's intimidating. The guy
he was lounging on the ring apron at our last TV tapings. He was just laying on the ring apron, kind of like doing like a magazine cover post thing, and his arm, his elbow to his feet was pretty much the entire length of the ring almost. It was insane. And also pretty impressive. I wish I was that big with that hair.
I want to give Alex Misery credit too. If you haven't watched last week's episode, you got to get up there. It's pinned right up at the top on X right now. Alex Misery and Jack Cartwheel.
Whoa.
Amazing match. That was
Cartwheel, I believe, cheated.
Yeah, well,
you know, number one contender.
Patrick in the chat. None of us ever did, and I don't think he actually did own the NWA outright. We just move on from there. Go on, Gary.
No.
Okay.
I worked for the Savant up north in New England, as well as Ricky O.
I was pre him. Not during. I was before.
None of us had experience with Bruce, though. Thank
The
you.
World Women's Tag Team titles are on the line. The King Bees defend against the It Girls. King Bees have been dominant all year long since beating Pretty Empowered Ella Envy, Kylie Page.
Cheated.
Ella Envy, though.
Well, wait a minute. Dealz.
Yes.
Gary, you're okay for hesitating there because
there's no neck brace in this graphic.
There's no
What's
what?
up, DLZ? There's no neck brace.
That's a good point.
Well, she
healed up.
She was able to remove it for a photo shoot, but if she's doing anything physical, you got to be careful.
Some sort of precautionary thing.
Yes, it's a precautionary thing. It's still a deadly injury. I also want to know why they chose the image of Ella looking like she's surprised.
I don't know if that's surprise or like, oh hey, and
well, look,
you know what?
It's good for Halloween season because it looks like she just realized that Mrs. Voorhees is the killer. Right?
Oh, very nice. By the way, those don't hold up. I just
Okay.
finished my Friday the 13th watch last night. Oh boy, oof. 6 is
What?
still my favorite, but let me tell you, oof.
What?
6 is the best.
8,
Yeah.
8, 9, and 10 get real bad real quick.
8, 9, and 10 are good. 10 is good for what it is, but 2 is the best one. We don't have to deep dive.
We're off the rails here again. Can Ella
I'll
Envy
take
become
5
a
over
four-
8, 9, and 10.
4
Anyway,
times?
back to this.
Ella Envy would be champion if she did this. I think the record is
Not
6.
only would she be 4-time tag team champions, she'd be 4-time tag team champions with a different partner every time. That's absurd. And that's why Gary hesitated when he was talking about who her partner was the last time she was champion. It's hard to keep
I had to
track.
remember.
Ella Envy is essentially the
How do you not remember? Her
personification
partner was Kylie.
of the
What's the matter?
NWA
I'm just
World
saying
Women's
she's
Tag
had
Team
so many
Championship.
partners, so you have to figure out which one it was at that time.
Gary,
Phrasing.
no.
Phrasing.
How
No.
do you forget baby Kylie? What's the matter with
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Boy.
Now I can see you.
how she.
Shout out.
It's because of how she treats me. I guess
I can see you
Shout
being
out to Ella
confused
Envy.
on the second reign because it was Riley or it was Roxy, and that was for like 20 seconds.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, Big Mama in the house. Look at that too.
I hope
Give her
I hope
props.
Ella
We
Envy-
gave a congrats to the new World Women's Television Champion, but thanks for being here, Big Mama, and congrats to her again.
Listen, the King Bees, they have an opportunity here to absolutely ruin Ella Envy's week. She just got engaged. Congratulations. What a gift it would be to become.
Well, that
the
would be
tag
rude
team
of them, wouldn't it?
No, but here's the reality situation is she's already having such a good week. Does she really need to win the titles? King Bees might shut her down. Her brain might be thinking all the happiness of her future. She might not be even thinking about the ring right now. Samantha, we know, neck
Ella's
injury.
always focused.
All right. Samantha has the neck injury, whether or not she took it off for the photo or not. I'd like to believe she hasn't been lying to us for the better part of a year about her being injured.
I also just I've also found out that also could be an AI generated image. So they might have airbrushed out the.
It does look like
neck
it
rate.
could be AI. Yeah,
airbrushed out
that's
the
just
neck
why.
rate.
I believe
It's
that.
also
But I-
possible she's just really bad at sleeping and every week sleeps wrong, and that's why she has the neck brace.
It was a serious
That's
injury.
interesting.
It was a
I
serious.
would never discount the King Bees because they defeated Pretty Empowered and they've been champions this whole year, which is a huge task all on its own. But my God, Ella Envy is could be a 4-time women's tag team champion. Samantha Starr comes from like a huge lineage of professional wrestling. You could not ask for more experience in a tag team.
But I could tell you from
Icarus
hanging out with
right
Joe Galli, though, you don't mess with Texas. They could King Bees. They could be the thing
up.
here that just
Look up.
changes everything.
It's gonna be a great match either way. You know who's gonna win this? The fans.
The fans.
Gary, what else we got?
Well, that's it for NWA Power. That
Don't we
is
have
all
breaking news?
tomorrow on X. So
Which
make sure you
just
check
go to
that
the
out.
NWA Twitter account at 6:05. It drops there, or if you're a few minutes late, you could get the link on there. And then, of course, we keep it posted there throughout the week. Ladies and gentlemen, Power, it's something else. 76. This is the show to watch. You can catch up too because the links are still there on the X page as well. And then later
Is it really
on,
a different context when you see Ella in this shot? It's
Yeah,
less
now
like
she's taking a
shock
pose.
and awe. It's like
So
she's just
it's
being
less
Ella.
like there's a ghost and more like this is deliberate.
Yeah, exactly. This is the pose. So there you go. That tickled Kyle.
I don't know why. There's a ghost. Instead, it's deliberate.
All right. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Samhain 2. That's coming up this Saturday in Tampa, Florida. Not only is it in a new venue, WED Studios. You couldn't have asked for a cooler pay-per-view to be in the studio because it's you already know things get unhinged at SAMHAIN. Now it's in the studio wrestling environment. What could happen? You'd be up close and personal like nowhere else for this show. You don't want to miss this. And this is Saturday, October 26th. Tickets are still on sale, NWALiveEvents.com. Not only that, as if that weren't enough, immediately following the show, you can meet the stars of the National Wrestling Alliance because of everything Florida's gone through, because of the situation in Sarasota and Tampa. We want to give you everything, the biggest bang for your buck. You get to hang out with these folks.
Can I meet Kyle Davis?
After the show. Probably, but Kyle's snooty.
I will be hanging out afterwards. I'm not snooty. Samantha's going to be there with me. She's ready to hang out.
There may even be a Gary kissing booth, I've heard.
That could happen. It could happen. All right. Well, so we promised you an announcement. So here's an announcement. A brand new match just added to the card. The World Television Championship on the line as Max the Impaler will defend against Carson Drake in a Hell Awaits match. What is that?
I am told that the 6:05 time limit is not in play. That is all I know about a Hell Awaits match. And when I got the insurance policy for this show, I explicitly said there would not be fire. There is fire in the graphics. Hell is full of fire. What the hell, everybody? I'm now concerned.
I think you're going to lose the deposit, dog. Like the premium's going up.
It's possible.
What is that going to do to Carson's diaper rash?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
It's
know.
not going to help. It's not good for diaper rash. Joe Galli knows this right now. He's got a newborn
you
child.
don't want to do that. You want to put nice cooling stuff on there. You know, come on.
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, this is Carson's been talking about it the couple of times he's been on the show here recently. He talks about
you should say
wanting
something
a piece
chat.
of Max, wanting that
all that money in the world. You
championship.
should say something in the super chat. I'm just saying.
Does everyone remember back in the day? I'm going to talk other sports right now. That's pretty impressive. Back in the day, Tyson was such an intimidating individual that people would just get destroyed in the first round with him. And a lot of people had to ask, is it the strength? Is it this? Is it psychology? And then one day somebody said, what if I can outlast that first round? What if I can get through that first barrage? Carson Drake has said before, he gets that vibe. He likes biting ears. He likes doing all that other stuff. He likes doing the suck it thing. He is the modern day Mike Tyson without all the problematic background. He thinks that he can outlast Max the Impaler. That would make him that would make him the other guy. When it was
Buster Douglas.
Dealz. You're more of a sports guy.
I
Buster
said
Douglas. Thank you. What if Carson Drake is Buster Douglas? What if Carson Drake is Buster Douglas? I give them 3 minutes. Okay, Francis Burnhammer.
I don't know. I don't know about the analogy. I guess the surprise win.
Of all time.
Yeah.
I'm still recovering from a concussion and I'm drinking. I'm sorry.
Cracking me up, dude. I don't know what's happening.
It's been a long
so
day.
tired.
It has been. Folks, we have so much going on in the National Wrestling Alliance between SAMHAIN. We've got power. We've got other things working on
I've
right
got
now.
a code.
He's got a code.
He
Ladies and
does
gentlemen,
have
we've
a
got
code.
Looks That Kill coming up, Shockwave in January. More shows to be announced. Too much going on. Stuff we can't even talk about.
Too much
Joe
good
and I, buried. Danny Dealz, handsome. Gary, one of my favorite people you're ever going to meet. Follow him at Cinema Shock. Make him listen to his podcast. It's good stuff too. But folks, we've got the deal on there, NWAmerch.com. Power tomorrow night. Make sure you're watching on X. And we really want you to be a part of everything coming up this weekend in Tampa, Florida. My email address is right there for those that are listening to this that had tickets to the Sarasota event before it got canceled and changed over to Tampa. You could reach out to me. I could fix those ticketing situations for you if I haven't already done it. If I have, you're welcome. Thank you for talking to me. You now got my email, so hit me up. Say hi.
We'll run through real quick just other matches that have been announced. The Country Gentleman and Joe Kazana. Papa Joe stepping into the ring they're gonna take on the Slime Balls and a mystery partner.
Speculation of who the partner is. Speculation.
The mystery is who would do that. Yeah, who would?
Who can you trust?
I am gonna put it out there. What if it's somebody that also wears a cowboy hat that keeps on showing up at every show in professional wrestling?
James Storm.
Just putting that out there.
What if it's the bald guy because you could see in the silhouette the guy's obviously bald, Kyle Davis is bald.
Yeah.
I don't think I
Kyle
should
Davis.
ever get into a wrestling ring
No,
again. It's a
you
bad
try.
choice. I am not an active competitor. I am never getting into a wrestling ring. I can promise that.
Interesting. What about the World Tag Team Championship on the line as Knox and Murdoch face off against their arch nemesis, Blunt Force Trauma?
They should get a rematch. They had the titles for 17 years. They should have a rematch.
Backstage, a little office politics, a little behind the curtain thing. I could tell you that Aaron Stevens has been trying to get the contract changed for this match. I don't know if it's going to work in time. I'm dealing with it on a daily basis. It's a headache, but there might be some shenanigans about this match. I don't know. We're going to have to wait till Saturday to find out.
Here's a
or
match you
is
didn't
the
know you
mystery
needed
partner
until-
in the previous match, Ivy, Joe Galli's daughter, because also same head shape.
Also bald. Kinda. She's got
See,
more hair than
Ivy-
Al does.
Ivy's like, you think I want a part of this?
She gave me the look that I expect to see as she grows older every time I talk in her presence.
She is
Uncle Kyle's annoying.
He loves Uncle Kyle. Mwah. And Uncle Deal Machine, Uncle Gary. Yeah, don't you?
Get that.
You guys start crying. Wow, she's
Thinking
really
about
looking at you guys.
She's thinking
I
it
don't know
over.
why,
Like,
but
what
this,
is
this
this?
comment
You're on a
just popped at me
podcast.
for some reason.
You're on a podcast.
Gonna be
Hi,
talking
I just waved to you. Oh, you're so sweet.
What about this matchup just to get through them here? I mean, this one is the one you didn't know you needed till right now. Kylie Page, Natalia Markova, Hollywood Haley J in a triple threat matchup. I'm excited for this because these three women can go, and I want to see this happen. And I have no idea who's going to come out on top.
Oh, well, Kylie.
You know,
of
it's
course.
very interesting to me that Natalia Markova won the Burke Invitational at NWA 76 and yet is making Kenzie wait. She's making Kenzie wait. She's got the title opportunity, but she's saying, I'm not taking it now. I'm going to prove my worth right here. I think this is a head game. I think she's playing head games with Kenzie Page.
Well, that ain't going to work. But Kylie, of course, is winning this. Come on, guys. What are we talking about here?
Listen, Natalia takes out Kylie, the sister of the NWA World Women's
That would be
Champion.
extremely rude. It would be extremely rude.
Listen,
They're always
ain't
there for
nobody
the merch.
tougher than Natalia Markova. That's all I got to say. But except that we don't know much about Hollywood Haley J. She's relatively new here recently to the
She's
National
the
Wrestling Alliance.
Bughettoist. She could actually be the upset in this match. You never trust her. She's got that bag of rocks. Who brings a bag of rocks with them to
It's
the
a
ring?
sock.
Hollywood
It's a
Haley.
sock full of rocks.
Sock
Kyle.
full of
They're-
rocks. Yeah.
It looks like a bag.
What you
in
would
a
use
sock.
in prison, Kyle, which is
No,
where
that would be a lock in the sock. The rocks
You
in
know
the
what?
sock. That's
I hope
trailer
I'll never
park.
end up there because I am handsome and I'm affectionate. And I think I'd be too popular in all the wrong ways.
and you're kind of short, so I don't know.
Yeah.
The World
Speaking-
Junior Heavyweight Championship is on the line. I'm glad that
Hey,
I said
Dizzle.
that before Kyle went down there. That path that he was going. Jack Cartwheel is challenging Alex Taylor.
Now,
My favorite
He's
member
got a
of the
big
Southern
smile
Stick.
on his face there, but I don't know if he will after this match. Alex
I have heard
Taylor's-
that Alex has been working on somersaults.
Okay, all right, I believe that. Alex Taylor is rough and tumble. Jack Cartwheel likes to flip and fly. I don't know if Alex Taylor is going to tolerate.
No,
that
he's
too much.
trying to get in Tiger Beat or something like that. Alex is going to bust him up.
All right. So I will announce him as Somersault Alex Taylor during that.
Okay.
All right, clear it first.
And of course, we
Yeah,
really
Alex Salt,
admitted
Alex
this already. World's Heavyweight Championship on the line as Thom Latimer defends against EC3. We heard from both
Easy for
men
you to say.
today. Yeah, it was so
He
easy.
said it was going to be down the middle.
This is why I'm a pro.
And
Man, Daddy.
look, I'm gonna be there.
And
Me.
Joe Galli's going to be there.
Yeah.
So,
I got a
Kyle's also
graphic
gonna be
done.
there. He's got a graphic.
Kylie
That
is
does
the
remind me I
NWA
need to put my graphic up
JCP.
too.
And y'all, have y'all seen these cool hot like horror movie posters?
I have.
All
There
over
may
social-
be a few of those in Tampa.
Oh,
Just
I got to get me one.
All right. Well, I'll have one for you.
Yeah,
Look at that. I'm thinking about something.
I think I
Was
like this
Alex
one the most.
anything to Terry?
That one's
That's a
good
good
too.
question.
Oh, Terry
I
Taylor?
mean,
No,
Terry
geez.
Taylor?
That's a good question. I don't know.
He's the man that
You never
Terry
know.
Taylor wishes he could be.
Oh, and here goes the moment with Joe
Yeah,
showing his cat,
I get lots of
which
special
means
guests.
it's also time for us to give you your moment of Sal.
I was like, I don't remember this being filmed. Also, get well soon to Sal Renaro. His face is broken currently, so he's going to be out of action for a little bit. Danny Dealz got a graphic too. We all got a graphic.
I would just like to acknowledge that for all the people who said William Patrick Corgan would never appear at a moment of Sal, that it's happened.
You were wrong.
Even if I don't think he knew he was appearing in it.
No, that's
but hey,
I don't think he knew that it was happening.
You get the wins the way you can. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you have been entertained. I hope we gave you a little escape from your normal Monday doldrums. It is 8:00. You know about Power tomorrow night on X. You know about Samhain 2 happening this weekend on Saturday. You know that kitty likes the rubs. You know that Danny Dealz got a code. You know that Gary, again, one of the greatest people alive. If you don't know that, you're talking to the wrong damn people. My name is Kyle Davis. I'm the bald guy that talks too much. If you need ticketing issues or anything like that, hit me up at Kyle Davis.
Billy was chilling in the chair right in front of the camera, right on the other side.
Oh, did you not see him?
Rewind
he
it
was
when
wearing
we're
purple.
done. Rewind this and watch it again. He's in the purple.
No, we don't have to watch it.
He was an Easter egg. That's because he was wearing purple. Anyway, he'll probably get mad at something I said about that. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the NWA. You've seen Thom Latimer, the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. You've seen EC3, the former NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. You've hung out with us. You've been confused by some of the things we say. We've laughed. We've cried. We've had an emotional impact.
I've laughed and cried.
Let's hit that code one more time. Beat me up on that code. Bam! Right there. Sammy Dealz, 25% off. I could tell you that right now, some of those items in NWA merch are the most comfortable items that I would wear on the daily.
That
and
is
I
true.
gotta be honest with you. I do wear them on the daily. Show your support. Be on the streets. Somebody will randomly be like, National Wrestling Alliance, or they'll be like, the rap group. And you say, no. We're the one that's been around for 76 years.
Somebody's going to build the kissing booth. Then I'm there. I'm in.
Get you a video.
Leave it up to Dealz. Dealz has something going on, you know. He'll figure it out.
Oh, you could do it right at the Sesame Street set.
Yeah.
That's right. That's where it should be, honestly. You know why it's called Chicago? Because nobody wants to Chicago stay.
Chicago stay. Man, I got to be honest with you. Carson is, if he could come up with one of those lines for every place we're in ever, that would be amazing. Otherwise, he really needs to
say that he was in Tampa. I have no idea. I just started.
Who's to say that he hasn't?
Yeah, he might have.
Who knows?
Genius.
Gary Horne, are you going to tell us?
All
about
right, we got to go. Yeah, we got to get out of here. So please, everyone, brush your teeth afterwards, but for the kissing booth. But before that, please enjoy your great.